It is the 15th of December. It is the last full week of programming before the Christmas holiday. Thank you all for joining me after what was a bitterly cold weekend, as we all were well expectant of. Temperatures, yes, hit single digits. Temperatures took a while to get into the double digits today, but did. And we are seeing some good recovery in your 7-day, to say the least. Now tonight, low to mid-teens for nighttime lows. But after that, we're out of those woods for at least a little while. Doesn't mean it's all bright and sunshiny as far as your forecast is concerned, but it is certainly not as bad as it was as far as the temperatures have been. And I'll tell you more about that in your 7-day in just a few moments. A host of headlines to get to before I leave you this evening. But before that, a few matters of housekeeping, so to speak. I did receive calls Thursday and Friday here at the studio of no sound on the program. I did learn soon after doing a little looking that there was no sound on the Howard's cable network for our 6 o'clock broadcast. That is all I could tell you. I did reach out to Howard's on Friday afternoon when I realized the situation as well. It was not in-house here, and we hope that you're hearing me live and in person tonight, and my apologies. But again, it was a situation on their end, which I believe, at least hope, has been remedied by this evening. If not, please let them and myself know. No school tomorrow. It will be McGoffin County's 5th NTI day. Johnson County also out tomorrow. They're using another NTI day. That will be their 4th for tomorrow. So no school in Johnson and McGoffin County tomorrow because a lot of those side roads are still slick and icy, and there were patches, of course, in the main roads that refroze last night and were the same this morning. And if you've been out, you know, parking lots, things of that nature, you can get caught off guard real quick by some ice that is out there. The Sangersville City Council is to meet in regular session. They had a special session late last week, which I went to. Covered might not be the appropriate word. There was simply bringing the meeting to order. They went into executive session to discuss an unnamed litigation and then came out and then adjourned the meeting. So nothing to report except for that fact. However, tonight they meet in regular session. I am on my way over after I leave you shortly, and I'll have a report on tomorrow's program or soon thereafter. I'll have tonight's headlines and news starting in just a moment.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
90s Mixtape Live. Motown Philly's back again. Well, it's love that I need.
That thing. Oops, I did it again.
Rock your body, yeah.
Party now, and I will always love you.
'90s Mixtape Live.
Every single day for revolution.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County School.
As cold and flu season approaches, there's another respiratory illness you should watch for: pneumonia. Like the flu, pneumonia can cause serious health risks and be life-threatening. If you have any questions about how to keep yourself and your loved ones safe and healthy, need over-the-counter relief for any symptoms, or want to keep your immune system at its best, stop by Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. One name, one call, one ultimate solution to your heating and cooling, sales, 24-hour service, and installation for home, commercial, boilers, chillers, and VRF systems. With over 15 years of experience and now based right here in the viewing area, Ultimate Air, 496-6651. I have an updated community calendar for you this evening, which also includes the Rumpke garbage collection schedule for Magoffin County next week. I'll run through that entirely for you in just a few seconds, and we also have a couple of birthdays to pass along, and again, a new week and a new calendar, so please stay tuned. We'll get to that, and of course, an updated 7-day thereafter. A number of courthouse notes, however, to focus on this evening. We'll begin with the indictment of a Pike County man. This relates to a fatal crash that happened in Floyd County, October of 2024. It was actually within the same week. Magoffin County saw two local folks killed in separate and unrelated car crashes. One was here on 114 in Magoffin County. It was there that Mr. Roger Arnett was pulling into his residence, was rear-ended by a woman under the influence from the Louisville area who, as we followed and just reported a few weeks ago, took a plea deal of 15 years in that case. In this case, the Pike County man was indicted for a crash that also happened on Route 114 that week in Floyd County that claimed the life of a young Magoffin County woman. It was October the 6th of last year. EMS law enforcement called to what would be determined upon their arrival a fatal crash that happened just shortly before 9:30 at the junction of 114 and Owens Street in Floyd County. KSB responding determined that a Keith Anderson was driving his vehicle when he crossed the center line and struck another vehicle that was being driven by Kenny Auxier. And Anderson and Auxier were both taken to an area hospital for treatment, while Auxier's passenger, 17-year-old Kayla Nicole Elam of Sagersville, passed away from her injuries at a nearby hospital just moments later. Elam was a senior at the Magoffin County High School, and the investigation has continued up until this point, with the Floyd County grand jury just late last week returning an indictment in Keith Anderson of Pinson Fork in Pike County's name. The grand jury charging that on that day in Floyd County he committed the offense of vehicular homicide, for which he was charged by driving while under the influence of controlled substances, resulting in the motor vehicle crash that killed Kayla. He as well was indicted on a charge of assault in the first degree, and as well operating a motor vehicle under the influence. I do not have a court date listed for him as of yet. We also could not find one in court records online, but we'll have that information just as soon as it is available. In other news, a Wolf, a Morgan, and a Magoffin County man, 3 individuals, have been jailed for arson charges. Numerous arsons reported around the Wolf County area. An investigation by authorities in that area, which was successful after a lot of input from the community, has netted in the arrest of 27-year-old Joshua Spencer from Camden, 36-year-old Brian Harper from West Liberty, and 27-year-old Corey Wallen from Sagersville. With some reporting assistance from Miranda Campbell of the Licking Valley Courier, who is also covering this report, we learned that these 3 men were arrested Saturday after an investigation into a number of fires, intentionally set fires in the Hazel Green area last week. The Wolf County Sheriff, Mr. Greg Banks, says that there were at least 2 barns, a quantity of hay, farming equipment, all burned in the Lacey Creek area, in the Landsaw Road, and Buchanan Fork areas on Wednesday night. Specifically, several rolls of hay that were owned by David Maggard were burned on Buchanan Fork. A barn, hay, and farming equipment owned by Earl and Lou Brewer were burned on Landsaw Road. And a barn owned by Greg Brewer and hay owned by another individual were burned in the Lacey Creek area, with the sheriff saying that the fires happened within just about an hour or hour and a half of each other. And fortunately, even though there was significant property damage, there were no people or animals involved or injured. And soon after the fires and police put out a request for tips and leads, they started to receive them, several people offering to post and send them security surveillance videos, other camera footage, and a host of other details that all led them to make a traffic stop Saturday off of Jim Brown Road on Highway 191. And that's where all three men were reportedly arrested, all three charged with the same counts of arson in the third degree, first-degree criminal mischief, and menacing. All three, as of just about an hour or so ago, still lodged in the Three Forks Regional Jail in Beattyville. And lastly, a viewing area high-speed pursuit resulted in the arrest of a West Virginia woman. She was stopped in Lawrence County on US 23 near Louisa. It was there that authorities found her in a vehicle driving that she did not have permission to do so after she had fled other authorities beginning in Charleston. Starting Saturday morning, somewhere in the Charleston or Boyd County area, it ended up in Louisa, in Lawrence County, where it would come to a stop. That's where Elizabeth Campbell, 40, of Charleston, West Virginia, was arrested by Lawrence County authorities and faces charges of fleeing and evading police in the first degree, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle in the first degree, DUI in the first degree, and no registration. She was stopped in Louisa after authorities were finally able to get the vehicle to come to arrest, with the pursuit starting sometime before that and running into 2 states. We're still awaiting on authorities to give us some information as to why the initial traffic stop was to be made, or attempted to be made, but she was in a vehicle that she did not have permission to be in. She also was under the influence of drugs and or alcohol, and was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, where she was just a few moments ago still at last report. Again, with a new week comes a new community calendar, a couple of important announcements there, preceded by a couple of important birthdays. And then it's on to your Licking Valley RECC 7-day Painting a Christmas almost weather picture. We're getting right up to the holiday for the 7-day, so let's see where we're going. And right now, we are going in a better direction. I'll be right back.
Youth.
Experience.
Modern solutions to modern problems.
Proven solutions to legal problems.
An emerging face in the courtroom.
A known presence in the courtroom.
Together, we are multifaceted.
Together, we will do right by you.
If you are having any legal issues at all, just relax and call Max.
If a car wreck is causing you pain, just pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne.
Welcome to the best sales, the best service, and the best selection in the viewing area and Eastern Kentucky. It's Conley Tire in Staffordsville, where they have big specials on big name brands every month. And as always, brake jobs, oil changes, computer diagnostics, and 6 months no interest. Conley Tire in Staffordsville and conleytire.net. SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Salyersville National.
I love working in the coal mines, even though it was hard work. But if you suspect you have black lung, you can't work anymore. You'll find out that filing for benefits is hard too. I had friends who give up after years of trying. If it hadn't been for Big Sandy Healthcare, I wouldn't even try myself. If you think you have black lung, call Big Sandy Healthcare and get the help you deserve.
Now on to the calendar we go. This one says, please wish a happy belated 21st birthday to Jaden Lee Howard. Love Dad, Jamie, and Papa Terry. Says, let's go squirrel hunting. They're ready to go. And he's 21 and probably ready to go too. Happy birthday to Jaden Lee Howard. Kelly Lee Blanton Jr., please wish Kelly B. a happy birthday from his sister Michael, and Hanson Rao. The happiest of birthdays to Kelly Blanton Jr. Rumpke has sent us their schedule for next week, of course, the Christmas holiday. And essentially, if your collection is Christmas Day or New Year's Day, the 2 Thursdays, well, that's the 25th and the 1st day of the year. Those will be the 26th and 22nd. And if your garbage collection usually falls on the Fridays of the 26th and 22nd, it's bumped up a following day to the 27th and the 23rd. And I'll be reminding you over the days to come. Water into Wine has 2 commodity days this week. They're last ones of the year. Regular commodity day is Wednesday, and Thursday is their senior commodity day, and they hope to see everyone there. And they hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas, as I do, of course, everyone as well. So please call whenever you have a holiday or other related announcement. Going on to our final announcements for this portion of the show, funeral services brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home tell us that Ricky Gene Gamble, 67, of Sagersville, passed away Saturday at his home. The son of the late Berlin and Reva Tackett Gamble, he's survived by his companion, Rosa Sharon Sloan, sons Brian Gamble and Josh Gamble, daughter Adriana Blossom Gamble, stepchildren Carson Sloan and Crystal Smith, his brothers Ronald, Danny, and Michael Gamble, sisters Lisa Height, Darlene Conley, Teresa Cronenbold, Selena Howard, Angie Howard, and Charlene Gamble, and 5 grandchildren, 3 step-grandchildren, and 3 great-grandkids. Services will start this Wednesday at 1 from the head of Coon Creek United Baptist Church. Friends can visit the church tomorrow evening after 6 for visitation as well. And in lieu of flowers, the family has requested that contributions be made to the Memorial Fund at the McGoffin County Funeral Home, who is in charge of arrangements. From vintage to true antiques over 100 years old, if you're looking for a gift for that impossible to buy for a person or something collectible or neat for yourself, it's behind the Blue Door in Sagersville. Blue Door Antiques has acquired several local and area collections and put together one of the most unique opportunities you're going to find. Canisters from the old Royalton General Store to prints by Paul Sawyer and other Kentucky artists, crystal, carnival glass, handmade, one-of-a-kind furniture pieces, and so much more. Come in, look around, make an offer at Blue Door Antiques in the old Bella Joe's building here in Sagersville on 114. We'll give them a call anytime, 477-1188 or 226-7334. They're open Monday through Saturday through the holidays, 10 till 4, or by appointment if you want to call anytime. For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss, 888-9-GROVER.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Buffalo for me, bonsai for you.
Not a sauce guy.
Famous last words.
Not a napkin guy either.
Try new famous sauce with Lee's Saucy Sampler. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
All right, it's time. Do tell, what does Mother Nature have in store for us leading up to the week before Christmas? Well, it's not going to be 5 degrees like it was this morning here in downtown Sagersville. We did go all the way up to 36 degrees today. I was thrilled to finally see that because, well, you know how cold it was over the course of the weekend. Bad news. Really, the worst news of your forecast, if you want to classify it as that, is tonight's low of around 14 degrees. So it's going to be another brutally cold, mostly clear sky tonight. And 14 degrees. Calm winds, fortunately, but 14 degrees is where we should bottom out. We're already down in the upper 20s and on our way steadily down to the mid-teens. Tomorrow, though, look at that. Well, that is life-changing there. 45 degrees, sunny skies, calm winds. That is a nice day. We will be opening Henry's tomorrow and hopefully some pipes thawing, because we had a few issues there this morning, not going to lie, as I did at the office, as I did everywhere else, I think, as probably you did as well. But 45 sunny and just a little below, right at freezing tomorrow night. Clouds are going to increase tomorrow night. They're not making anything. You'll just notice skies will be more cloudy than they were during the day tomorrow. Wednesday, partly sunny, 47, a nice day Wednesday. Now, we have a 20% chance of showers on and off throughout the afternoon. And that's just it, nothing more than that. Thursday, it does get more active, but with all that warm air, look at that, 57 degrees on your Thursday. It's going to be a rainy day, but I'll take 57 and rainy, I guess, at this point. An 80% chance of showers, 100% chance of showers Thursday night, and there might be some cold enough air that we see those drops change to a few flakes Thursday night. And then we see colder air right back in on your Friday. But it's short-lived Friday. Mostly sunny and 34, so that system moves out. We have some cold air behind it. We're in the mid-30s and mostly sunny. That's not terrible, but it's not the 50s either. But the weekend is going to be next weekend, the weekend before Christmas. We're going to recover pretty decently. Mostly sunny, 54 degrees for your Saturday. There is no chance of any showers right now during the day Saturday. Late Saturday night into your Sunday right now is the window for our next chance of some showers. Around 40 degrees Saturday night. So Sunday, a 30% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, still hovering around 50, and ditto for Monday of next week. That's a pretty good lead up to Christmas after the weekend and Monday we just endured. Well, that'll do it just for tonight. I am out the door to cover tonight's Sagersville City Council meeting. The Montgomery County Fiscal Court is to meet tomorrow in regular session as well, so I've got that coverage and a whole lot more. And I meant to preface and start the show with this. I even had it written down on the same page where it said no school. Santa letters come out in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent, one of our biggest publications of the year, one of our most fun, and that's why. But Santa letters coming out this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent. So look forward to that. Doesn't matter if it's your child, your grandchild. If you're not even from here, it's worth the read. And, of course, a host of other news and important information. So look forward to that, and I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.